Hello, all. 4C says here. Hope you're having a great day. Um, I just realized today is still Thanksgiving, and I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately, or today, and I ran across this one channel. The name of the gentleman is African Hair God, and that's African with a K. He's here in the Georgia area, and I found his channel to be very, very entertaining. And I happen to also notice that another person who I really love to follow and respect his advice and so forth, long hair Aaron, seems to like him too. So that definitely gave him an extra 10 points with me. Anyway, one of the videos I watched was called Hairstylists versus YouTubers, excuse me. And I guess the subject of his video was that there was some type of television show. I think it's called LA Hair, and I don't watch it, so I'm not that familiar with the premise of the show. But I guess someone came into their salon and she had her hair bonded in for a number of months. And if you're not familiar with what hair bonding is, they also describe it as quick weaves, and that's where you take the hair that's on the weft, and instead of sewing it in, you actually take this glue. It's like black, and they glue it into your scalp, onto your scalp. I actually did that for a number of years, probably 1 or 2 million years. It was cheap, it was quick, but my hair suffered immensely for it. And I don't, I'm not a hairstylist or anything like that, but just for coming from someone that is familiar with the process and has done it many times, is just not worth it. I think that's another reason why my back is really jacked up, because I was bonding that stuff down there, and I'm already genetically predisposed to have some back issues. Then you got that glue going on there, and that was the first part that would loosen up because the hair was already short and total compromise back there. Excuse me. So, here we go with the eating out back. I just don't suggest it. If you can get access to those clip-ins, all of it has its danger, but I'd do that before I would doing that bonding glue. Anyway, so I guess the stylist asked her, why'd you leave it in so long? And she referred to somebody on YouTube. Now going back to the subject of his, video, African Hair God, I think his real name is Narada. He was, just basically talking about the pros and the cons of each and so forth. And I wanted to give my opinion on that because I'm telling you right now, YouTubers saved my hair and my life. And not only with the hair, but a couple other things too. When you're on a strict budget, and I'm telling you, I got disaster going on around me left and right now, and I'm telling you, it's to the point where I am journalizing it all. I will be able to write a book. I even have the title of the book. I will do a separate video just on that little project at another time. It could be more sooner than later, but it's going on a tangent. I'm sorry. Let me go back to the subject. Anyway, when you're on a budget or whatever, and you have, access to YouTube, it helps immensely to have that resource there available to you. Now you have to use YouTube wisely. I will say this. I think that if I was chemically relaxing my hair, number one, I wouldn't even thought to go to YouTube as a resource. I just wouldn't have thought about it because I would have been going to the beauty salon to get my hair done, and I would have been trusting the stylist. Now, with that being said, now that I am aware of YouTube, I don't think I'm going to be the patron from hell, but I'm going to be much more aware of the techniques that a stylist is using on my hair. I think the stylists are the professionals. They know a lot about hair. They've been professionally trained. I feel that, we don't know what we don't know. They may be able to look at your hair and tell you something about your hair that you were not fully aware of because you're not supposed to be thinking about it in the first place. You just want to know that your hair is on your head, it's healthy, it's not breaking off to the quick, whatever. That's all you're really concerned about, and so forth. But a stylist can look at your hair and identify certain things about it. And I think that's where that's where their strengths are, uh, along with the obvious, having accessibility to all these different products. I think that's wonderful. Um, since I'm natural, though, I have a little bit more wiggle room, I feel, because I knew that I wasn't going to be putting chemicals on my hair. So I felt that any advice that I'd find on YouTube, I would not be necessarily hesitant to try it, because as long as it wasn't involving chemicals like relaxing my hair, bleaching, or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm comfortable trying that stuff because I'm not worried about seriously damaging my scalp. Also, YouTube has taught me a lot with regards to the science of hair, the science of some of these shampoos and conditioners and what's in them, and like the sulfates, the zones, and all that stuff. That knowledge is invaluable, and that's something you don't learn when you go to the stylist. You just want to go in there, sit in the chair, and you want to get out there in a timely manner. Not being put under the dry for 45 minutes and your hair dries in 30. You just want to get in there. You want your hair to look good. And once you want it to be maintained, you want to get out. But now that I've really taken a more proactive approach to my hair, and that's really largely responsible because of some of the information that I found on YouTube, and then some of the YouTubers or stylists, that's really beneficial to me. You can't buy that information. You just can't buy it. I mean, that's just invaluable and so forth. So I think with regards to hairstylists versus YouTubers, I can understand how YouTube and YouTubers can make our hairstylist life a living hell. But then also from the consumer standpoint, it really helps us because it's almost like when you go to a hairstylist, you're going to a mechanic. You sort of have to take their word for it. Now we have an available resource to us to where we can sort of go in as an informed customer and have a more educated dialogue with the stylist. And you're not paying all this money to go to a stylist and they're just drawing your hair, because you'll be able to identify certain things like the detangling process or whatever. So I think the stylists have their place. I think YouTube has its place, and that it only can benefit the consumer if they just, as long as they don't go off the rails and start, doing crazy stuff with their hair. I think it's a win-win with YouTube. With that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.